Hi, the third rod that I'm going to show you today is actually made by a company called Grand Slam. It's the F1 Transformer 11-foot waggler and feeder rod. Very, very similar in construction and configuration to the John Wilson Avon quiver that I showed you before. The difference for this is hardcore commercial match fishing for the match angler, obviously. Just to point out a few of the features of this rod, which are all very, very important when you're bagging up on commercials. First point is the screw reel seat. You would expect to see this sort of reel seat on any high quality rod, but it's there and very important. The other important aspect as well is the length of the butt, which is critical when you need to pass the rod over your body. Now if I hold it by the reel seat, obviously where your reel will fit, measure it against my elbow, you can see that it's just the right length. It's the perfect length between able to pass it across your body and also being able to cast your pellet wagglers or your method feeders. Build quality is very, very good, and it's a real class looking piece of kit with the woven carbon finish. But to go on and explain the full configuration, as I say, very similar to the Avon quiver I showed you earlier. It comes with two completely separate tip sections. It is a two-piece rod. The rod splits down into equal pieces, so of course you can store it ready-made in a rod sleeve. Again, critical to commercial match anglers who've got the poles to set up and other rods as well. So time at your peg is critical. You don't want to spend all day necessarily setting your rods up. The two tip sections, as you can see, a quiver tip section. Now again, supplied with three different quiver tips, which are very, very well graded. Anything from something that's actually quite heavy through to something that's very fine, which is great for skimmers and F1s and that type of fish. So back to the two tip sections. Again, as I mentioned, you've got the quiver top and you've also got the float top. Perfectly designed for pellet waggler fishing, but not too much whereby you can't fish a standard loaded waggler with the maggot or the caster in winter if you need to. So a very, very versatile two-in-one rod, if you like, for the commercial open match angler or club angler for that matter. As I mentioned, it's part of a family of rods and another rod in the range. If you don't feel as though you need both a feeder and a pellet waggler rod, there is just a pellet waggler rod version of it. Both of these rods share the same characteristics, and similar well-designed butt sections with the right length of handle, and both of the rods are only £61.99. High modulus carbon, well designed by experienced commercial match anglers. In fact, I'm sure I'm right in saying that a lot of input into the design came from Kevin Ashurst, who many of you will know. Extremely good rods, very well thought out and fantastic value for money, selling really, really well.